Like all regular people I grew up with in the heartland, JD studied at Yale, had his career funded by Silicon Valley billionaires, and then wrote a bestseller trashing that community. Come on! That's not what middle America is. And I gotta tell you, I can't wait to debate the guy. That is, if he's willing to get off the couch and show up. So, you see what I did there?
That was Vice Presidential candidate Governor Tim Walz joining in on the couch jokes about JD Vance. Whoever started that rumor did this country a great service. The last few days have been wild, y'all, so let's talk about it. Our future President Kamala Harris chose her VP pick, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. I learned about Tim Walz when he was signing legislation guaranteeing free food to all public school kids. He signed that legislation around the same time that Arkansas Governor and former Trump Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders signed legislation making it easier for companies to use child labor. We've got the picture right there for you, comparing the two. The contrast could not be more clear between the look of joy on the faces of the kids with Governor Tim Walz and the look of fear on the kids' faces with Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders. In their first joint rally in Philadelphia, Vice President Harris introduced Governor Walz to a packed crowd. She mentioned his past as a teacher, a football coach, and the faculty advisor for the school's first Gay-Straight Alliance Club. They talked about the legislation he signed into law, including feeding all the children. He signed abortion rights into law, protecting people who travel to the state for abortion care, and eliminating virtually all restrictions on care. He provided menstrual products to all public school bathrooms, gaining him the nickname Tampon Tim from right-wing weirdos. He has been an effective governor, and considering this is a vibes-based election, he brings vibes of decency and kindness, you know, that Midwest niceness. He's a hunter who believes in stricter gun laws. When he was in Congress, he apparently would always win the congressional sharpshooter competition. So he's a better shot than all these fools, and he also wants better gun laws. He's a football coach who supports LGBTQIA+ students, and he knows exactly how to hit Republicans where it hurts.
Violent crime was up under Donald Trump. That's not even counting the crimes he committed. I got to tell you, pointing out just an observation of mine that I made. I just have to say it. You know it, you feel it. These guys are creepy, and yes, just weird as hell. That's what you see. That's what you see.
Speaking of creepy weirdos, let's look at what JD Vance has been up to. In Pennsylvania, he held a rally that looked a lot more like a Harris rally than anything else. Look at this nonsense right here. I think it says chaos under Kamala's name, but all he has is just a big Kamala up there. Free advertisement for her. At a press conference later, he was whining about how VP Harris doesn't take questions from the press. So let's see how JD Vance handles questions from the press.
Charlie likes boxing a little bit different here. You've been criticized as being a little too serious, maybe angry sometimes. What makes you smile? What makes you happy?
Well, I smile at a lot of things, including bogus questions from the media, man. I mean, look, I think if you watch a full speech that I give, I actually am having a good time out here, and I'm enjoying this. But look, sometimes you got to take the good with the bad. And right now, I am angry about what Kamala Harris has done to this country and done to the American southern border.
All he had to say was my family, my friends, a barbecue on a nice Sunday. But no, those aren't the things that make JD Vance smile. What makes him smile is insulting the media. He also then goes on to field some questions about Trump's extremely racist comments at the National Association for Black Journalists.
Jones from Local 4. I want to talk a little bit about race. I was at the National Association of Black Journalists conference last week where President Trump made some attacks on Vice President Harris's biracial heritage. You're married to an Indian American woman. You have biracial children. How do you explain his attacks, and what is your reaction to his attacks as a father of biracial children?
Yes, sir. So I am the father of biracial children. Actually, my wife is here today. My kids are back home with my aunt today. And look, I was not bothered at all by what President Trump said, and I didn't take it as an attack on Kamala Harris's biracial background at all. What I took it as was an attack on Kamala Harris being a chameleon. She pretends to be one thing when she's in front of one audience. She pretends to be something else when she's in front of another audience. And I think he was observing the basic foundational reality that Kamala Harris pretends to be something different depending on which audience she's speaking to.
Yeah, no, JD, that's not what Trump was saying. He said she chose to be black. Also, this chameleon talk is really rich coming from a guy who a couple of years ago referred to Trump as America's Hitler, until it was personally beneficial for him to join the MAGA cult. JD Vance has been following VP Harris around the country, giving speeches to tens of people, while the Harris campaign has to move their rallies to airplane hangars to accommodate the tens of thousands of people showing up. And now he's following her on the tarmac with his weird goon squad following him. Got a picture right here of them. Bunch of creeps. Let's watch the moment that he does this. It's super weird and like this fake performative intimidation.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hi.
So I know you're covering the vice president here. I figured I'd come by and one, just get a good look at the plane, because hopefully it's going to be my plane in a few months, but I also thought you guys might get lonely because the vice president doesn't answer questions from reporters and hasn't for 17 days. Have they given you guys an explanation for why she won't take questions from reporters? No? Nobody? Okay, great. Well, I hope that she changes her mind, because it'd be good for the American people, and I think it'd be good for you all if she actually ran a real campaign instead of one from a basement with a teleprompter. So have a good one, guys. See ya.
What a totally normal and not weird thing to do and say. So how about King of the Weirdos, Trump? What has he been up to this week? Not campaigning, that's for sure. JD Vance keeps whining about how Kamala Harris is doing a basement campaign and just like sitting and talking to a teleprompter. But meanwhile, Trump is hiding out at Mar-a-Lago, his creepy, weird golf resort that he lives at. He called into Fox and Friends for his morning therapy session in a panic because the reality of his terrible VP pick compared to Harris and Walz is finally setting in.
I don't know how she debates. I heard she's sort of a nasty person, but not a good good debater. But we'll see, because we'll be debating her, I guess, in the pretty near future. It's going to be announced fairly soon, but we'll be debating her. I'd like to see it on Fox, by the way. I would like to see it. My preference would be Fox, but we have to debate.
Do you have an announcement, Mr. Are you working stuff out behind the scenes? Because we haven't heard about it yet.
No, but I can tell you every network loves me very much right now. They love me very much. I've never been so loved by CBS and by ABC Fake News. And by NBC. No, they're all in love with me now, so that, I say yes, because it's up to me, obviously, also.
But, on the debate,
the most important thing is we get debate. I think debates are very important, and I think she'll be exposed just like Biden was exposed. Nobody knew Biden was that bad, and then he was exposed during the debate, and they tried to have a series of comebacks after that.
Fox News doesn't even know what's going on with this guy and his weird rambling. Here he is responding to Tim Walz, saying that he doesn't know anything about the kitchen table issues.
Let's talk about some of the issues. Mr. Walz, Governor Walz, said this about you, that you don't understand kitchen table issues. Listen.
Donald Trump's not fighting for you or your family. He never sat at that kitchen table like the one I grew up at, wondering how we were going to pay the bills. He sat at his country club up in Mar-a-Lago, wondering how he can cut taxes for his rich friends.
Mr. President, what's your response to that?
Well, I think it's just the opposite. I think if you see the vote, those people are all voting for me, the people that he's talking about with the kitchen table. And I was not always sitting at Mar-a-Lago either, but I was sitting at lots of other places. And built an unbelievable business, one of the greatest businesses. I built a business that is phenomenal. That's been really determined now how good it is. And, I could have a very simple life and a very good life and continue to do what I love. I love business and I love creating jobs, and that's what we're doing. We'll be creating jobs at a level that you've never seen before.
I was not always sitting at Mar-a-Lago. I was sitting at lots of other places. What the hell does that mean? His response to not understanding the normal man, the normal kitchen table issues, is to brag about the business he created, that he got under his dad. Like, the man's never worked for anything in his life. Anyway, a business that has been found guilty of fraud, by the way. Earlier in the week, Trump tried to court Gen Z by sitting for an interview in his opulent palace, that is Mar-a-Lago, with Aiden Ross, an extremely stupid person. He is also really weird. Ross has a thing, and like he got famous for this, where he sniffs the chairs of people that do live streams with him. It's really gross, and I don't feel the need to show you videos of it. I'll link below a Midas Touch video where they talk about it, and it's great. I do have to wonder, though, did he sniff Trump's seat? Because, ooh, that would have been real nasty. Anyway, here he is giving Trump a Cybertruck with an assassination-themed decal.
Yeah. So what's your good side? What do you like walking on? What side do you like walking on?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you look good from both sides. Yeah, it doesn't really matter at all. X, come on outside with the truck. Come on? Yeah.
This will be interesting.
By the way, do you like my buddy Felix's shirt?
I love that.
Felix, by the way, Mr. Trump.
That's fantastic. Wow.
Yeah, you got the grills on.
I like that. Hey, I know. That's what I noticed. I noticed the grill. Nice to see you. Thank you. Congratulations.
All right. Well, you can already see the gift.
Yeah, I can. Wow.
You can't miss it.
That's an Elon.
It is an Elon.
Wow.
Shout out to Mr. Musk.
That's beautiful. Hey, that is beautiful.
Am I going to close the door really quick? Just I want to show them the wrap. Sure. Check out this wrap and let me know your honest thoughts.
I think it's incredible. I think it's incredible.
Go to the front.
So you know what they did? AI. What Google did is they took, or they let it happen. See the Secret Service agents?
Yeah.
They're angry in there. They put smiles on their face.
Right.
You heard about that?
Yeah, no.
That's just terrible.
Yeah, I know. But that's how easy it is to manipulate everything.
It's a little bit scary.
Yeah, it is.
Imagine being Trump. He has to act all hard about almost dying like it doesn't bother him. And you know he's terrified and experiencing PTSD. He hasn't had an outdoor rally since that happened, and he hasn't really campaigned that much and been in public. The dude is scared. And here's this idiot giving him a car he'll never drive with the worst moment of his life slapped on the side. Pretty awesome. The interview got even weirder. At one point, Aiden Ross gifted him a Rolex. So between the Rolex and the Cybertruck, there's got to be some campaign finance law violations going on there.
I got you a gift. Well, a couple gifts.
Oh, good. That's good.
I'll show you, another gift. I'll show you, the second gift a little bit later.
Okay.
But I did get you a gift, and I got you this gift because, look, you are, I feel like you constantly get beat on, but you're so strong, and you just, like I said, you live for the people, and you're a hero. I want to present to you this gift right here. I hope you like watches, Rolexes.
Wow. Oh, that's a beautiful watch.
Yeah.
Should I open it?
You should open it and then show the camera.
That's a great watch, actually. Good company. There's good company.
You like Rolex?
They like Jack Nicklaus and Gary Player and Arnold Palmer and all the golf guys and all the other guys, too. I do. This is beautiful. Wow. Thank you.
Here's Trump uplifting a common Republican talking point and bragging about how he won the war on Christmas.
And, just a little thing. When I started campaigning almost like 8 years ago, I talked about Merry Christmas. We should have Merry Christmas again. Let's bring back Merry Christmas. You weren't allowed to say Merry Christmas. I got it back.
It's a nice crowd, huh?
Even if you're Jewish, they like to say Merry Christmas. Every one of my Jewish friends say, we love Merry Christmas.
I'm Jewish. I love Merry Christmas.
Good. And Kamala doesn't, though.
She doesn't like it?
She doesn't want you to use Merry Christmas.
Wow.
She thinks it's insulting to use Merry Christmas. So we'll have to work on her.
Trump has lost his damn mind, and I am so here for it. These MAGA freaks are going to lose by insane margins, and I can't wait. They're all so weird, and their ideas are also terrible. This campaign has turned super fun, and I'm excited to be able to talk with all of you about it and laugh at the Republican freaks. Let me know what you think in the comments. Get registered to vote. Get your friends registered, and I'll see you in the next video.